because we were talking about who do we get to play the young Mike Tyson. Luckily, the technology's on our side. Let me give you the opening of the movie. The camera is high, but not as high as the heavens, just above the trees, and it's snaking through New York. Somewhere in New York, and it's cold, and people are on their way to work. It's just one camera, and you hear focus mitts being hit in the distance, and it's just capturing regular day, blue collar people. You know what I'm saying? The hood, it's just regular. You know, people on their way somewhere, and then we get up to this boxing gym. We see the doors, and the camera stops, and you hear the doors open magically. Camera snakes in, and we see in the distance a hulking figure holding focus mitts and a little kid hitting the mitts. And you hear the kid asking the hulking figure, "My dad said you were amazing. My dad said you was one of the best. You was boss. You was this, you was that." And you hear the person's voice, "Don't worry about what your dad said. Just throw the right. Make sure you keep your left though. Get your head knocked off." And as the camera gets closer, you see that it's now Mike Tyson. "No, but my dad said, I'm going to tell you one time, don't say anything about your dad. I don't care. That was back in the day. Just throw the left, and when you shoot the right, shoot it with authority. Shoot like you mean it." Boom. And he throws it right, and he hits Mike, and Mike acts like he's falling in super slow motion. And when he hits the ground, ding, 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 he's back at the last fight. He got knocked out. And he's he's there. And as you see him, the last fight, he's on the ground, and he rests back on the ropes, and he sees everybody talking shit. Everybody saying, "Get up, Mike." Some people saying, "You a bum." Some people saying all the things that people were saying, because we were split at that time. And he rests back on the rope, spits his mouthpiece out, and it goes calm. And you just hear, and he's saying, "I'm done with all of this." And all of a sudden, just as we relax into that moment, the ref comes up, 1, 2.
Yeah.
And we flash back to the young Mike Tyson. That's how it opened.
Welcome to another edition of Entrepreneurship 101. Hold on, let me do that again. I'm gonna do that one more time. Welcome to another edition of Entrepreneurship 101. My name is David Shands. I am a success coach. I teach business, I teach entrepreneurship. I teach you how to get that idea out of your head and into the world so it somehow gets in your pocket. You ever had an idea in your pocket, son? Well, that's what I do, okay? This week, we're talking about becoming an author, but it's part 3. So if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, it's okay, but I want you to go back because we need those views, okay? I feel like these videos are way too dope for the views that they're getting. It could be my inability to self-assess. I could probably think I'm doper than I am, but go watch these videos. Share these videos for me, okay? But today, we're talking about speaking like an author. Even if you're not an author, you could probably learn something on the speaking part. When we're talking about becoming an author, and we're talking about talking like an author, this is like a continuation from part 2. There's 3 things I just want you to keep in mind. There's a whole bunch of things when it comes to becoming a dope speaker and a dope author and painting these pictures. But 1, I want you to be very descriptive. Be descriptive. I want you to be very descriptive with your words. You should paint pictures with your words, okay? I'll give you an example. I'm not brown skinned. I'm like an almond mocha skin tone. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those are the type of descriptions that you want to use in anything you do as an author. If you're going to write a book, if you're going to be able to talk about your book, I want you to be very, very descriptive. When you're telling a story, I want you to tell the audience how big the room is, what colors are in the room, was it cold or hot in the room? Just these small little descriptions is what makes you a dope storyteller. It was cold that night. It's a difference between saying that and I felt like it was no degrees. My teeth started to chatter. It was so cold. Just a couple extra words that just makes you a dope storyteller. There's a difference between saying there was a lot of people at the concert or it was a never-ending sea of people at the concert. When you're describing, and I want you to start to practice this stuff with your friends, not even when you're in front of a crowd, not only when you're writing your story or writing your book, but even in your regular conversations, just practice being a little more descriptive. I want you to practice telling stories. Write this down. Facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell, okay? The fact is, I have a clothing line, but the story of what this clothing brand has done for my life is what allows me to sell clothes at the rate that I'm selling them. Facts tell, stories sell. But in your story, I need you to be very, very descriptive, okay? There's another thing I need you to do. Use the right vocabulary. If you're... Okay, this is gonna sound crazy. If you're in corporate, you can't use words like lit. You're not litty. You know what I'm saying? You can't use dope. You know what I'm saying? In corporate, there's certain language and vocabulary that you have to use if you're going to be a professional author and speaker. But you can't go to the hood talking about acquisitions and things of that nature. Now, I'm not saying to dumb down into certain environments, but I'm asking you, if you're going to a school, I want you to be able to adapt to your environment, okay? There's certain language that's used in certain environments. I ask you to start reading more, okay? The more you read, your vocabulary word list expands, which allows you not only be able to connect with more audiences, but allows you to understand more conversations as well. Expanding your vocabulary isn't about using big words that nobody can understand.
I myself have imminentized my liquidation, therefore, ergo, i.e., that is the instigation, which is excessive cleavage, shall we say. So, let me clarify, or, excuse me, clarify. In other words, I'd probably teach.
But it's also about understanding certain conversations in certain environments, okay? The last thing, I didn't write that down, sorry. Vocab, for those that really need to see it. The roller coaster conversation. I need you to take people on a roller coaster. It's the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows. The pitches when you're talking really fast, and then you bring them low. This is what makes you a dope storyteller, okay? Did y'all hear that? The storyteller. And sometimes you can be talking and you make a point, and then you come back in. You hear that? Did you hear that little pause? And it created an emotion. You need to take people on this roller coaster ride. The next time your friend comes and asks you, how'd you do on that test? What grade did you get? You could say, yeah, I did good. Or you can say, man, now you know I killed that test. Did y'all see what happened right there? It was a slight emotional roller coaster.
Love, sharing, caring, commitment.
Preach on, Tommy.
Love is two souls joined together as one.
School your boys.
Love is flowers for no reason. Love is telling her all the things she wants to hear until you get the draw.
These are little things that I want you to start to practice when you start talking about talking like an author, being a dope speaker, and buying Sleep is for Suckers clothing. All right, that don't have nothing to do with nothing, but this video is pretty much over. But I want you to go to sleepisforsuckers.com, pick up my book, Dreams Are Built Overnight. Go to dreamsarebuiltovernight.com. Buy some clothes. We got dope clothes. Sleepisforsuckers.com. Keep watching. I need y'all to spread these videos. Keep sharing these videos. Y'all doing an amazing job. If you need to book me to come speak and teach at your conference or your school, we're gonna put the information down below. Come book me. Okay, I don't charge that much. Not yet. You better hurry up because my numbers is going up, all right? Did I forget anything? I actually forgot mad stuff, okay? But I only got a little bit of time for this video, so go check out my other videos. Peace.